The natural world, in all its beauty and ferocity, holds many mysteries. One of the most profound is how animals experience the death of their own. Do they feel grief as we do? Do they mourn? While we can never fully know what goes on in an animal's mind, observing their behavior offers us glimpses into their emotional lives. Scientists and naturalists have documented a wide range of behaviors across the animal kingdom that suggest animals do indeed grieve. From elephants revisiting the bones of their dead to dolphins staying with their deceased young, these actions speak to a depth of emotion that transcends simple instinct. These behaviors raise fascinating questions about the nature of consciousness and the evolution of emotions. They also challenge us to reconsider our relationship with other species and acknowledge the complex tapestry of life that connects us all. Elephants, with their complex social structures and incredible memories, provide some of the most compelling evidence of animal grief. These gentle giants exhibit a deep understanding of death, often displaying behaviors that appear ritualistic and mournful. When an elephant dies, other herd members gather around the body, touching it with their trunks and feet in a poignant display of farewell. They may remain with the body for days or even weeks, often covering it with vegetation as if in burial. Elephants have also been observed revisiting the bones of their deceased, gently caressing the remains with their trunks. This behavior suggests not only an awareness of death, but also a retention of memory and emotional bonds that extend beyond the physical presence of a loved one. These remarkable displays of grief underscore the profound intelligence and emotional depth of these magnificent creatures. Dolphins, known for their intelligence and social bonds, also exhibit grieving behaviors that are both touching and heartbreaking. Mother dolphins, in particular, have been documented carrying their deceased calves for days or even weeks, refusing to let go of their young. This act, while seemingly driven by instinct, speaks to the profound bond between mothers and offspring in the animal kingdom. The mother's persistence in caring for their dead calves, even as their bodies begin to decompose, reveals a depth of emotional attachment that resonates with our own experiences of loss. These observations suggest that grief, in its many forms, is not a uniquely human emotion, but rather a testament to the power of love and connection across species. Wolves, often portrayed as fierce and unforgiving, possess a complex social structure and deep familial bonds. When a member of the pack dies, particularly an alpha wolf, the surviving wolves exhibit noticeable changes in behavior. The pack's mournful howls, echoing through the wilderness, are often interpreted as expressions of grief and a way of communicating their loss to other packs. These howls, typically more intense and prolonged than regular communication howls, suggest a level of emotional distress. The death of a pack member, especially a leader, can also lead to significant changes in pack dynamics. Power struggles may ensue as other wolves compete for dominance, and the pack's hunting and territorial behaviors may be disrupted until a new hierarchy is established. These changes highlight the profound impact of loss on social animals and the complex interplay between individual grief and the need for group survival. Even birds, creatures often perceived as simple and instinctual, exhibit behaviors that suggest an understanding of death and the capacity for grief. Ravens and crows, in particular, are known for their elaborate funeral rituals, gathering around a deceased member of their flock in a solemn display. These gatherings often involve a cacophony of calls and a flurry of activity, as if the birds are trying to determine what happened and communicate their distress. They may also preen the deceased bird's feathers, a gesture that seems to hold both hygienic and symbolic significance. These communal mourning rituals serve multiple purposes, from reinforcing social bonds to potentially helping the birds learn about and avoid potential dangers. Regardless of their exact function, these rituals offer a glimpse into the complex emotional lives of birds and their capacity for grief and empathy. Primates, our closest relatives in the animal kingdom, share remarkable similarities with humans in their expressions of grief. Chimpanzees, for instance, have been observed holding vigils over deceased companions, gently grooming their bodies and exhibiting signs of distress. Mothers in particular display intense grief, often carrying their deceased infants for days or weeks, refusing to let go even as the bodies decompose. This behavior, while heartbreaking to witness, speaks to the profound bond between primate mothers and their offspring. These observations, along with documented instances of primates mourning the loss of long-term mates and friends, provide compelling evidence that these intelligent animals experience grief in ways that are deeply familiar to our own. While the act of mourning is a powerful indication of animal grief, the process of adapting to loss is equally telling. Just as humans must adjust to life without a loved one, animals also experience changes in their social dynamics and individual behaviors. For social animals, the loss of a group member can disrupt established hierarchies and social structures. New leaders may emerge, relationships may shift, and the group as a whole may need to recalibrate its dynamics to maintain stability and cohesiveness. Individual animals may also exhibit changes in behavior, such as decreased appetite, lethargy, or withdrawal from social interaction. These behaviors, while often temporary, reflect the emotional toll of loss and the process of adapting to a new reality. Section 8. The question of awareness. Do animals understand death? While observing animal behavior provides valuable insights into their emotional lives, the question of whether animals truly understand death remains a subject of debate and ongoing research. Some scientists argue that certain animals, particularly those with higher cognitive abilities, possess a degree of death awareness. This awareness may not be on the same level as human understanding, but it likely encompasses the recognition that death is irreversible and that a deceased individual is gone forever. Others believe that animal responses to death are primarily driven by instinct and learned behaviors, rather than a conscious understanding of mortality. They argue that animals may grieve the loss of a companion, but not necessarily grasp the concept of death itself. Despite the lack of definitive answers, the question of animal awareness of death continues to fascinate and challenge our understanding of the natural world. Section 9. Empathy without boundaries, recognizing shared emotions. The study of animal grief offers a powerful lens through which to examine the emotional lives of other species. By recognizing the shared capacity for grief across the animal kingdom, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexity and interconnectedness of all living beings. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is not a uniquely human trait. It is a fundamental aspect of social intelligence that has evolved in many species, allowing animals to form bonds, cooperate, and navigate the challenges of life and loss together. Recognizing the shared capacity for grief in animals challenges us to reconsider our place in the natural world and to treat all living creatures with compassion and respect. Section 10. A deeper connection, finding unity in loss. The universality of grief, transcending species boundaries, speaks to the interconnectedness of all living things. In the face of loss, humans and animals alike experience a profound range of emotions: sadness, despair, longing, and a deep sense of absence. These shared experiences highlight the profound unity that binds us to the natural world. They remind us that we are not alone in our grief, that the capacity for love and loss is woven into the very fabric of life on Earth. By embracing the universality of grief, we open ourselves to a deeper understanding of both ourselves and the natural world around us. Section 11. Conclusion: the universal language of grief. The study of animal grief offers a poignant reminder that we humans are not alone in our capacity for love, loss, and sorrow. The behaviors observed in elephants, dolphins, wolves, birds, and countless other species paint a vivid picture of the emotional depth present in the animal kingdom. While the mystery of animal consciousness may never be fully unraveled, one thing remains clear. Grief is a universal language, spoken in the mournful howls of wolves, the gentle caresses of elephants, and the silent tears of humans. It is a testament to the power of love, the pain of loss, and the enduring strength of the bonds that connect us all.